today we're just going to start off with Silver Bullet. And it's honestly like a pretty good concept. It's also like relating to time. Like we talked about macro times already and key times, stuff like that. And this just narrows it down even more to 1 hour of the day. So Silver Bullet, it's kind of like, it's a lot of different things. Like some people have a model for Silver Bullet, but some people only use specific concepts from Silver Bullet. But it's kind of just I'd say just a whole concept revolving 10 to 11 a.m. of New York session. So there's a bunch of things that we have to go over for Silver Bullet, like what we can expect it to do, first present fair value gaps for Silver Bullet, and stuff like that. So first thing, again, 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is when Silver Bullet starts. It's one of the most optimal times to trade. So we already talked about how 7 to 11 a.m. is like the key times. But if you really want to narrow it down even more, then 10 to 11 is like really the best time to trade. That's like when I usually trade. Like I'll try not to trade pre-market and even like the first 30 minutes of market open. I'll try not to trade, but like sometimes I do, but I'd rather just wait until 10 to 11 a.m. So next is about first present fair value gaps for Silver Bullet. So the first fair value gap to kind of form after 10 a.m. it's a very like high probability one and one that you should look out for. So we'll go over some examples of that later, but it does tell us a lot about what's gonna happen. So like if it gets disrespected, then maybe we can expect it to trade down or up depending on which, if it was bearish or bullish. And then if it respects and holds up, then we can expect a continuation. And then PXL and PXH, that just means a previous low or previous high. The X is kind of just a placeholder. So it could be a previous day low, previous hour low. And what that means is basically the main model or idea of Silver Bullet is that we open up, we sweep maybe previous hour low or maybe previous day low, previous 4 hour, whatever. And then we'll continue to the previous hour or daily high or low, like whatever's on the opposite. Yeah, so we'll go over some examples now of Silver Bullet. And yeah, here, this is about to open up to 10 a.m. So Silver Bullet time. So we'll put a horizontal ray right there and then ends at 11. It's like right here. So this gap, we should either expect to take out a previous day or previous hour high or low and then continue the other way. So let's just mark out our draws on liquidity. That's the first thing you want to do when Silver Bullet's going up. So right here, I'm looking at this draws. That's a pretty, like, that looks like a very good low right there. Very good draw on liquidity. And always use the higher time frame. So like right here, we don't really have any other highs. Maybe any high time frame PD rays. No, we don't have any. We have like this tiny 1 hour gap. But I'd be looking for this low to get taken out. So we'll scale down to the 1 minute. And again, remember, first present fair value gaps to Silver Bullet. We're going to wait for that to form. So let's see. So that's where the first present fair value gap forms. And yeah, I don't think we actually end up trading back into it. But as you guys see, we do continue trading lower. And then okay, the low's all the way down there. So we trade all the way down and then we sweep that low. So now that we took out previous hour low, we could expect, okay, maybe we can trade back up to the previous hour high. So this is our range. So we want to trade all the way back up here. Or even this first present since we never tagged back into it. So after this happens, then you can look for your entry model, however you'd want. So I'd look for this IFVG. There we get our closure. And as you guys notice, this trade did go like not way past, but did go past Silver Bullet time. You could still hold, even if it's after like 11. This is just the most like optimal time to find the entry and trade it. But right here, as you see, it does end up hitting, does it? Yeah, it does end up hitting right there. Boom. So right up to first present, and let's see if it did take out that previous hour high. So I don't know if it does, but okay, there you go. And that was a target for the day. Right there, perfectly hit, basically. It did take a long time. This was kind of a, had to let this one run, but still, that was a very good trade. There's very, very minimal drawdown at all. Your entry was here. And yeah, this is just a very high quality Silver Bullet setup. So we'll go over another one. So right here, 10 a.m. opens right here. wait, I swear this was the key open day. I think this might have been the key open day. No, it wasn't. Never mind. But right off, we don't really manipulate into anything. There's no like previous hour lows. It's just all a bunch of low resistance. So we're gonna take that into we're gonna what's the word for it? Just kind of look out for that. Could fuel our buys for shorts. We have this series of equal highs right here that literally also aligned with this recently formed high. So let's continue to see. Maybe wait for our first present. So right there we got our bullish first present. So already right here I could see one potential trade. It's just a very small short. Just short right up to these highs. So let's see if that would have played out if we even got an entry. Okay, yeah, we wouldn't have gotten an entry, but we did trade up to there. And after we've seen that, maybe we can anticipate for a reversal. So let's see what happens. So again, not enough confirmation, we want to wait. And it does look like we just start ranging until 11 a.m. So silver bullet would end right there. But yeah, this was sort of a mid example of maybe a day you wouldn't want to trade it. Because again, our objective is pretty close to where we're at in current price. And not only that, we didn't have any sell side liquidity to take out to continue higher. And after we took out this buy side, we didn't continue lower. We just started accumulating. And this first present of silver bullet was just left untouched. So this was a day that you maybe wouldn't want to trade silver bullet. So this is actually another very good example. So let's go to 10 a.m. So right here, again, we have two main objectives. So this is already a kind of good like silver bullet, because again, we have prominent buy side and sell side. So right here we have this buy side just resting up here, and then we also have this sell side resting here. So again, we have a good range to work with. We have somewhere price can manipulate into, either one of these, and then a target for the opposite end. So right here, this is where we could potentially see a trade. So let's play this. Now, if you would have been trading this in real time, number one, just remember first present silver bullet right there. And remember, you could also use any of these higher time frames for first present. So like the 5 minute first present, 5 minute first present, 3 minute. So I believe we do get that. Or do we? No, we don't. It had to be the 2 minute that we got, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, we got a first present 2 minute. We'll just use a 1 minute. So if you guys do notice, we did make this high, and that's because ES actually took out this high and NQ didn't. So you could also use that since it formed during silver bullet. This is a good SMT. So right there we have our SMT formed, and then we have a string of these fair value gaps. So we do want to see some type of entry. So we did get an entry provided in this one. First present was up here, so again, you could have entered off of this small fair value gap here, but it's more ideal that you wait for this one. Now again, if you went to the 2 minute and then entered off the 2 minute first present, you probably would have gotten an entry. Because I'm not sure if there was an entry provided for this 1 minute. So let's see. Yeah, no, we just straight up dump after that. But let's see if we do run out that target before 11 a.m. So let's just say you did take shorts off of maybe like, I don't know, let's see if this change in safe delivery worked. We'll just take a look at that. Okay, we did get that. As you guys see, we got a pretty big retracement right back into that first present 2 minute. So if you just waited, maybe here, that would have provided way better risk to reward and having a take profit all the way down here, and then you could have set partials or break even right here. So let's see how this would have played out. And as you can see, literally right before, way before 11 a.m., we hit that full target. And not only that, we do take out even more sell side. So right there, literally, silver bullet, it just makes it so simple. You work with the range. You want to see some type of indication of a reversal first, which is like a liquidity sweep or an SMT. And then you could play with the first present fair value gap or just your regular entry model. And just look out for previous day high, low, or even previous hour high and low. Previous hour high and low does work, in my opinion, the best. But yeah, it's as simple as that. And then you could probably even ping pong this. We'll see if it even was able to give us an entry for longs. Yeah, no, we just kept dumping. So our objective was probably even lower, maybe like down here, previous week. But that's what silver bullet's really good for. It's just, you can play off of 1 hour of the day, have a good target, have a good point where price should manipulate to. And one thing I did forget to mention is that point of interest for like a reversal could also be some type of high time frame PD array. So like here, let's see. Okay, this wasn't really rejection block because we didn't quite reject off of anything. But if it could have rejected off something like a 4-hour rejection block or even a 1-hour rejection block, and then that could have still been a good trade. It doesn't really have to sweep a previous day high or low. But as long as it's within that silver bullet time, you should be good. And yeah, that's about it with silver bullet. Just a quick review, 10 to 11 a.m. New York time. And remember, watch out for PXL, PXH, and first percent fair value gap of silver bullet. And yeah, with that, we'll move on to Judas swing.